Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you had a good week. We celebrated Yom HaAtzmaut this week. I hope you were able to celebrate and enjoy the day. This Shabbos, we will be continuing the celebrations with a special Israel-themed Shabbos here at the Young Israel of Brookline, with Israelis leading davening and laning, with a special, of course, really expanded, delicious Israeli Kiddush. You want to miss that. And we'll also have special speakers, Dr. Baruch Barzel sharing Divrei Torah about Israel in place of the regular drasha before Kiddush, and then after Kiddush, Dr. Zev Feit will share memories of his childhood in the first decade or two of Israel's existence, which I'm sure will be very interesting. In this week's Parsha, we have, of course, the most incredible pasuk. It's not even a complete pasuk, just a phrase, V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, Ani Hashem. And you shall love your neighbor, your fellow, your friend, like yourself. Of course, Rabbi Akiva said, Zeklal Gadol b'Torah, this is one of the great principles of the Torah, that it is so important and it can be seen as the foundation for so much of the Torah. And similarly, we have the famous story of the convert that comes to Shammai and Hillel. And the potential convert, Shuv Maisa benachri achat sheba lifnei Shammai Amar Leni, said to him, Girani amanas shetlamdeni kol haTorah kula kashani omen al regal achas. Teach me the entire Torah as I stand here on one foot. Teach me the Torah quickly. I can only stand on my foot for so much amount of time. But also, what is the 1 foot, the pillar, the foundation? That is the entire Torah. Shammai dismissed him. It's impossible. But Hillel accepted the convert and taught him, Amrlo, Da'alecha sani, l'chaverech lo savid. What is hateful, what is unpleasant, what you would not want someone to do to yourself, so you shall not do to anyone else. It is the negative statement of V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, not to do positively what you would love for yourself, but again, at least respect another and care for another. Make sure no harm will befall another person, nothing that you would want to happen to yourself. What is the central pillar? What is the one regel of the Torah? V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Hillel says, Zuhi kol haTorah kula. This is the entire Torah. V'iduch pirushahu zilgmor. The rest is merely explanation, elaboration. Go and study. Go and learn it. It is a wonderful slogan. The entire Torah can be boiled down to V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. But it is problematic. Certainly, the mitzvahs that are bein adam l'chaver, between one human and another, both the positive and negative mitzvahs that are of that realm, we can understand to be unified in the principle of V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. But how can Hillel say the entire Torah is V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha? What about all the mitzvahs between a human and God? Studying his Torah and praying and fasting on Yom Kippur and observing all of the holidays. How can that be included in V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha? So on this Gemara, as amazing as this Gemara is, there's an even more amazing Rashi. Rashi was clearly bothered by this problem. And Rashi explains, he first quotes a pasuk in Mishlei. Re'acha v're'a avicha al tazov. Pasuk in Mishlei says, your friend and the friend of your father do not abandon. This is just good advice, talking about your actual literal friend, or even the friend of an earlier generation of your family. However, Rashi quotes an interpretation based on the words of our sages. Who is your friend and the friend of your father? Normally, different generations have different friends, but who is the friend that remains constant in a family, that is the friend of one generation and remains the friend of the next generation? Zeh HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Your friend, the one who was your friend and was your father's friend, is Hashem. Al tavor al dvarav, sharei alecha sanoi, shiavor chavarech al dvarecha. And so do not violate his words. Do not upset him, your friend Hashem, just as you would not want someone to violate your words or your requests or upset yourself. Hashem, Rashi explains, and this is what Hillel meant, Hashem is our friend. He is our friend who walks beside us. He is our friend to whom we can confide. He is our friend with whom we celebrate and have fun. He is our friend with whom we work together and accomplish together. And so v'ahavta l'reacha kamocha can pull together all of the mitzvot that are bein am l'chavero, between us and another human being, but it also can be seen as the foundation of our relationship with Hashem and the obligation to fulfill all mitzvot that relate to Hashem, because Hashem is our friend, and we know what our friend loves, and we know what will upset our friend. We wouldn't want to do something that would upset our friend, and so how could we break one of the prohibitions of the Torah? Won't we want to do the mitzvahs of the Torah if we know it'll make our best friend happy? Hashem is our friend. We normally think of Hashem either as a king, or as a father, or he is the spouse, the husband to the Jewish people. But Rashi is teaching us, rooted in the teachings of our sages, that another way to think about Hashem, to feel his presence, is to think of him as our friend. Hashem is our friend. How amazing is that? And we celebrate with Hashem as a friend. We have accomplished together with Hashem as our friend, and we just celebrated Yom Ha'atzmaut, looking forward to the Shabbos. Hashem is with us. He is by our side. We celebrate that together. We have this joyous thing to celebrate, to enjoy together with our friend, the land of Israel, that we have a state of the Jewish people, the homeland of the Jewish people. So hopefully everyone can make it this Shabbos and join us in the celebration, the continuation of the celebration of Yom Ha'atzmaut. And to remember, as always, we learn from our parsha, V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, we learn from the story of Hillel, as Rashi explains it. It's such an incredible idea just to remember these words, that Hashem is our most dear. Hashem is our closest. Hashem is our beloved friend. Good Shabbos, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom.